Hi, welcome to the recording. I'm Brenda Mahoney. I'm the librarian for Algonquin College at the Woodruff campus. I'm here on our library website, algonquincollege.com/library, and I would like to give you a tip about using the library. A hot tip about using the library is that before you jump in and start trying to find resources, find out how the library works, a good thing to do is to check out our subject guides. Our subject guides are a portal on the library that will explain to you and demonstrate what the library has specifically for your program. And if you take a look at the guide before you start searching in our OneSearch or in our digital resources or in our catalog, it'll make a lot more sense and it will be even easier for you. So let's take a look at what the subject guides look like. So I'm just going to come down on our page and go to our subject guides. Okay, so here we have the list of the subject guides. We have them by, start off trying to do them by areas of study, and it kind of got a little crazy. So you can explore by areas of study. If that doesn't seem to make sense to you, you can always view them alphabetically. All right. So we do two things when we make guides. The most important one, of course, is to make guides to introduce students to what the library has for their program. Okay. The other thing we do with guides is to try to explain library things to people. So if you come down here, I can show you those kind of guides. Under essential skills, we have some guides here that explain different library products. They try to support you in your research skills and in your learning at Algonquin College. See some of the really good ones. For example, the English Communication Guide is a really good guide to get prepared to writing papers and projects at the college. We have ones that are on research. So the research guide goes through how to do library research, step 1 to step 5. So it's very comprehensive. Looking for a job, searches and presentations. And our most popular guide of this kind is our citing sources and avoiding plagiarism guide. So we just take a look at that guide. That guide is to support all Algonquin students who are writing papers and projects. And if you're writing papers or doing projects, then you have to cite your resources, because if you do not cite your sources, it can be assumed that the material in your paper is your idea and not from another source. So this is where we can support you in, for example, how to use a particular citation format. American Psychological Association style is the most popular at the college. And also we have a guide for Algonquin College as a whole on using APA, IEEE, and MLA. Those are the big popular guides. So we find that this guide is very popular. It's used a lot. And I hope that it can help support you getting through this term. All right, so let's go look at the program guides. So the thought about the program guides was to introduce a student to what the library had specifically for them. Okay, because you could be searching in the library through the OneSearch tool and not be aware that we have specific products, specific subscriptions, specific titles just for your area. So you can come in here and you can explore the different areas within. So under health and medicine, for example, you can see the different guides we have in the different programs. Right. Under community and health science, oopsie, you can see the different guides there. Right, just to give you an idea of the titles. Okay, so I'm just going to go into business and we'll look at a guide. So these are the different guides that we would have under business. So I'm going to go into the office administration guide just as an example of what we might have. Okay, so again, the idea we were thinking is, what do students want to know that the library has? Well, to start off, they want to know if we have books. So that we covered. So each guide will have a section where if ebooks and more. So it usually is ebooks, video, and print, physical video and DVDs. So what we decided to do with them was that we would introduce you to some of the ebooks we have, just to give you the flavor and the breadth and a sampling of the type of resources that we have for ebooks. So you can decide if, oh, that looks interesting, I'd like to learn more. So you have a search box built right into your guide, so you don't have to go any place else to let you search across for more ebooks if you want to. And then we have some of the big packages to which you subscribe. So these are digital resources. They're also called collections, bundles, subscriptions. These are the things that we pay for, so you can have access to them for free. Okay, and these are the things that you would use your library account to authenticate yourself to access. Okay, so our big collection of ebooks is College Complete. Canadian Electronic Library is another one, and then Safari by O'Reilly. Safari by O'Reilly is a tutorial database and an ebook package, so it would appear on the ebook page here and in your video page. Safari by O'Reilly is one of our databases that doesn't use your library account. It uses your network account to access. So on this page now, you're familiar with the type of resources and you know the names of some of the packages that particularly contain ebooks. Same thing for the video. If you want to know a little bit more about the video that we have, we give a bit of samples and then we explain the packages that we have, just to give you something to start with. And again, we have another package here that does not use your library account. This is LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning is an online video tutorial database that is really excellent for all students to know how to use. So it is something that's worth exploring further. Okay. Under journals and databases, we'll go a little further. We'll try to list some of the titles of magazines, journals, and newspapers that are really important to your field of study. Because if you're reading them online, it keeps you up with the issues and trends that are happening in your program area. So that we have some of them that the teachers ask us to add to this guide. And you can see the links are linking into databases to which we have the access to. So if you're in our databases, you'll never have to pay for something. It's already taken care of. And again, the key databases for the area, okay, our big business database would be Business Source Complete. All these databases, mostly, are searchable in the OneSearch tool. Okay, so you can search them all together, but you might want to use a single database if you wanted to focus on the topic. So if your topic was business and you wanted to focus there, you definitely could come into business and just search in that one database. You'll have smaller results, but the results will be more slanted towards business. Okay, so that is what the subject guides include. Sometimes we add some extra tabs in the guides if faculty have asked us. And we always try to include the citing sources and avoiding plagiarism guide in here to emphasize how important it is and make it easy for you to find again. This is the research support guide that we were asked to add to this guide. And it is the steps to do a good research paper. And then ask the library. So if you have to ask a question while you're here. So the idea of the guides is to give you an introduction to what the library has, make you familiar with certain titles that we have and certain subscriptions, and give you some of the tools for searching right here in one place. Okay, so I hope that will be helpful for you doing your research in the future.